Good day. My name is Elliot Pfebve. I'm a lecturer at Coventry University in Leadership and Management. In these serialized lectures, I'll be looking at WTO, which is World Trade Organization. The first lecture, I'll be looking at the historical perspective of WTO. In the second lecture, I'll then be looking at benefits realization for both the developing and developing world. In the third session, I'll be looking at the challenges that are faced by WTO, especially in the 21st century, given the Trumpism in the USA and also Brexit in the European Union. But for today, I'll be looking at the historical perspective. Firstly, the WTO was formed in 1995, January to be specific, with its role being optimization of resources globally among member states and also to raise standards of living among member states. Although these are the key objectives for the formation of WTO, the primary role of WTO ever since it was formed in 1995 have been that of breaking barriers of protectionism across the globe. In other words, introducing free trade and monitoring and making sure that those countries that have signed to the WTO adhere to the regulations of free trade. Again, free trade not without tariffs. To date, 161 countries have signed to WTO regulations framework, with about 8 countries outside the WTO classified as observers. Now, if you look at the history of WTO, yes, we said it was formed in 1995. Many of you may then raise a question to say, were there no organized trade regimes before 1995? Indeed, there were. The precursor to WTO is actually the GATT, which is the General Agreements on Tariffs and Trade, which was formed in 1948. It was formed in 1948, immediately after the World War II, which 2 years or 3 years immediately after the World War II. After devastation by the war, there was need for member states to come together in an organized trade regime. In a way, so that member states can start trade amongst themselves and adhere to an organized, regulated form of trade. My research also has shown that Zimbabwe joined WTO in 1995, which means the year it was formed, and also has been a member of the UN GATT, which is the General Agreements on Tariffs and Trade, since 1948. So it is, even from African member states' point of view, this is not a new phenomenon. Many countries in Africa and globally, Asia and Europe, have been a member of GATT or of WTO since its inception. I'll also be looking in the next session as to whether the WTO has achieved its goals with regard to breaking barriers of trade, given that prior to GATT or WTO, countries, they protected their national manufacturing plants or national manufacturing capabilities, including the products and services, and hedging them against international influx or foreign influx of products and services, which tended to make the products, national products, very expensive because of lack of competition. And I'll come back to that when I'll be talking about the comparative advantage theory by David Ricardo, which says that for a nation to prosper, it needs to identify a unique selling point in which a service or product that they're highly capable, they've got expertise in producing competitively against regions, against the globe or not. And those products or services which they have poor expertise in, they can then outsource to other countries. In that way, then the WTO works very well. So you produce what you can do best, and you import whatever product and services you do not have the capability to, and that is a comparative advantage theory according to David Ricardo, which I will allude into the second section. For today, thank you very much. I will come back to you in my second session. Until then, see you. This is Elliot Pfebve.